Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 207 alongside Luis Smolka, who meets Ray Borg this Friday live on pay-per-view. Luis, good to see you. When you got the word that you are now on the pay-per-view, kicking things off for our Ronda Rousey pay-per-view, what'd you think?
I was pretty ecstatic. Honestly, to just get like bumped to pay-per-view, I felt like I hit the lottery twice in one lifetime. Honestly,
Wow.
like last year I got bumped to the main event somehow,
Yes.
and now I'm like opening the pay-per-view for one of the biggest events of the year. So I almost feel like I hit the lottery twice.
Nice vote of confidence, right?
It's pretty awesome. I want to prove myself worthy. Like I want to go out there. I want to put on a show and prove myself worthy of the hype and the pay-per-view slot.
Obviously, the last time we saw you was a disappointing night for you with the loss to Brandon Moreno. I know you've talked about it a lot. I'm just wondering if you still dwell on it. Do you still think about it a lot, or have you officially moved on? Can you only move on once you fight this fight?
I don't know. It comes and goes. I try not to dwell on it too much, but when you think about it, it does kind of hurt still. But I'm not trying to dwell on it and let it like consume me or anything. But I mean, there's like a little bit of motivation in it, I guess.
How long did it take for you to turn the page? Because it looked you were devastated in the cage, right? I mean, you expected everyone expected you to win that fight. How long did you kind of let it sulk and then move on?
Drank for about a month.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of like I started drinking a bunch of scotch and I was like, being all depressed and crying in a corner and stuff.
For real?
But, yeah, kind
By
of.
yourself?
Yeah, by myself, just
Okay.
like just in a corner in a dark room, real theatrical with it. But yeah, I got over it after a while. Like after like a month, it gets kind of old. So I got over it, and the UFC. They offered me this fight, so I was like, of course, man, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of the I gotta get out of this room.
How many times have you watched that fight?
I watched it once.
Just once.
Yeah,
Shortly thereafter or recently?
just recently. I have a hard time watching my losses, or honestly, any of my friends' losses. Like it's just I have a hard time with it.
In a nutshell, what went wrong? Was it just you looking past him, or did you feel like you did something glaring in that fight?
Well, it started with me not really researching him and just kind of assuming that he was a volume puncher. From what I saw in the highlight of the show of his one fight, that was like all the only tape I really watched. So that was like the only thing I really had to go off of. He kind of just went out there and I thought he was a volume puncher, but afterwards I found out he's like a grappler. He's like a Mexican national grappling champion or something. So knowing that, I probably shouldn't have shot the head outside single, especially that early, because it's like grappling 101. If somebody head outside singles you, you're gonna guillotine them. It's pretty common knowledge. And it was my fault. It was a rookie move on my part, but I mean, it happens.
Do you think had you won that fight, you'd be in the title picture discussion right now?
I don't know. I mean,
I kind of felt like you were right there.
I guess, but I mean, I probably still would have had to win one or two. I mean, that loss has given me a lot of perspective. And like realistically, I mean, I haven't even beaten a top 5 guy yet, so I don't really know what right I have to be asking for championship fights and stuff. Like, if I haven't even beaten a top 5 guy and none of the top 5 guys can beat Demetrius, like, the math isn't there. I know MMA math isn't an exact science.
Any given night, you saw
but-
what happened, right? I mean, if you believe it, you call him out. Why not? Why not you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Come on,
I mean, it can
puff
be
your chest
me.
out a little
I
bit.
don't know. I'm just an honest person, man.
appreciate
keep
that.
It very real.
You know, I know this is kind of apples to oranges, but considering how you talked about dealing with a loss, and one of the big stories this week is Ronda Rousey kind of not doing any media and how she's handled the loss and the aftermath. Do you sympathize with her a little bit? I mean, hers was on a massive scale. It was much different than your situation, I know, but can you see where she's coming from a little bit? Not having to answer questions and things like that?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, it sucks, dude. Did you see the promo of like the torn up posters and stuff? I was like, dude, people are brutal, man. The marketing company's brutal. I don't know, man. I understand why she's probably taking it pretty hard. I would take it hard, man. Any of us will.
Yeah.
Anytime you lose, you take it hard, especially your first loss, man. So I think like, I don't know. I understand where she's coming from.
Okay. We just spoke to Ray, and he said that he had been itching to fight you for quite some time because he kind of felt like the holes were very evident in your game, and he was disappointed that he wasn't the first one to get you. Have you been thinking about him for a while as well?
Not really. I mean, they offered him to me a couple times. They offered me to. They told me that I was supposed to fight Borg. When was it? I was supposed to fight Borg instead of Moreno. I had like 5 names, and I guess none of them took me.
Ah.
Yeah, there was a list of like 5 names, and he was on there, and he didn't want to fight then. So I mean, yeah, for sure, guy.
All right. Well, you look good. I'm looking forward to the fight.
Thanks,
Wish you the best, my man, and good luck in the bout.
All right, man.
All right.
Take it easy, bro.
Easy. Take care.